Westminster is going to be welcoming two new MPs today following the Conservatives' by-election defeats last week. And the Liberal Democrats are claiming they're on the brink of winning Conservative seats in Surrey at the next election. An analysis of opinion polls suggesting that the Tories could lose Guildford and Esher and Walton, where Dominic Raab is the MP currently.
The by-elections, both of them, were the result of, if you like, the perfect storm of very difficult local scenarios, given the situations of the previously sitting Conservative MPs, plus the national headwinds, first of all, inevitably for a mid-term government, but also, frankly, the distractions that we've had. And we need to be, I think the Prime Minister put it well, we need to listen very carefully. We need to take that feedback. I think Tiverton, the most striking thing is how many of our supporters didn't come out. We need to spend the next 2 years absolutely relentlessly focused on delivering our plan without those distractions and without those and with a real calm focus on delivery.
Well, Dr. Peter Finn is a politics lecturer at Kingston University. He thinks the Prime Minister is safe in his job.
Would probably at this point take the 1922 committee to change their rules, or perhaps like a kind of a palace coup within the cabinet. I mean, he doesn't at the moment have to. He might have his hands forced. And Boris Johnson clearly isn't going to go anywhere. I mean, I kind of also have a feeling that Keir Starmer and Ev Davey don't want him to go anywhere, right? I mean, if they have to fight by elections against a new face who's quite, perhaps projects competence, it could be slightly harder to beat. It's almost quite convenient for them, I think, that Boris Johnson is quite...
So let him sort of carry on taking the flak for, increasing inflation and cost of living crisis, and then replace him sometime later before a general election. Do you think that's the Conservative Party strategy at the moment?
The Conservative Party strategy, I don't know if they actually have a strategy, to be honest. I mean, it's just fighting fires, right? We've dealt with this now. It's only we've had the Sue Gay report, we had the police investigations. Presumably there could be more along those lines. I don't know if they have a strategy, to be quite honest. It's all just we'll get through this crisis. We'll get through it. Presumably now that we'll get to summer recess and then we'll see what happens. Then we'll get through conference season.
Angela Richardson is the Tory MP for Guildford. She's tweeted that the party chairman, Oliver Dowden, who resigned from the cabinet on Friday, was not to blame for these defeats. We have been in contact with her office back on Friday asking for an interview. Still waiting for a reply. Let's bring in Zöe Franklin, who's going to stand against her for the Liberal Democrats. Zöe, morning to you.
Good morning, James.
I suppose you're salivating at that prospect at the moment, would you be?
It's certainly a very big possibility now for us. We've always thought we could win here. We've had a Lib Dem MP here before in Sue Doughty, and we were tantalisingly close in 2019. 3,337 votes. It's etched on my brain. So yes, exciting prospects for the people of Surrey. And I think people of Surrey, people of Guildford want change. They're ready for change.
Lib Dems, though, they are masters of by-election campaigns, but it's all a bit different when it comes to the general election. So, for example, they can't throw 1,000 activists into Guildford during a general election like they did in that Devon by-election.
Absolutely. It is a different kettle of fish when it's a general election. But if you look at the numbers for Tiverton and Honiton, we overturned a 24,000 majority with a swing of nearly 30%. Here in Guildford, the swing is much more like 2.4%, I think. And we campaign all year round. We work really hard for local residents. We co-lead the council here in Guildford. We have most of the county councillors in Guildford are Liberal Democrats. So we work really hard. People see what we do. And what that translates to is a combination at a general election of voting for the people residents know care and work hard for them, but also an opportunity to say, the option here in Guildford is between the Conservatives and the Liberal Democrats. We are done with the Conservatives and we can make the positive choice of hard-working people and send a Lib Dem to Parliament.
So if you meet somebody, I don't doubt that, you sort of say, what do you vote and that kind of thing. Are you more interested in a Labour voter or a Tory voter? Who do you think you're converting?
We're actually converting both, but I would say here in Guildford and Cranleigh, a lot of the people we are seeing change their vote is the Conservatives. People are really, really unhappy. I mean, I'm out knocking on doors every single week. We meet so many Conservatives who tell us they're unhappy with the direction the Conservatives have taken, the fact they're not dealing with the cost of living crisis, the way that they're behaving in government, all of these things. And people were unhappy in 2019, which is why we got so close. But there is far more unhappiness than I have ever seen. And I've been doing this for over 10 years now, James. But I'm not going to discount Labour as well. I speak to Labour voters and similarly Green voters who understand that here in Guildford, actually, if they want change, they need to vote Liberal Democrat. And they are willingly lending us their votes. And I'm really grateful for that, just like what we saw in Tiverton and Honiton. But you need both. You need the switch of Conservatives and you need the lending of votes by Labour and Greens.
Good talking to you, Zoe. Thank you. Liberal Democrat candidate for Guildford.